Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, thank you for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, then, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. From her Fever album, this track was released in 2001. Written by Cathy Dennis and Rob Davis. There's a story behind that as well, which we'll come to. But this is one of those tracks that it kind of does what it says in the title. Can't Get You Out of My Head. The wonderful Kylie Minogue. Now, this is the MTV Awards, the European ones in 2001, I think. And at this point, I make no apologies for the fact that you will be singing along, going la la la, and can't get it out of my head. It's just one of those tracks. The talent of this woman is just incredible. And I know people will often mock pop stars and pop songs and say they're very ephemeral and so forth, but not Kylie. No, definitely not Kylie. We'll talk a little bit more about her life, about the track, and I'm also going to show you another version that she did at the Brit Awards, which are the kind of British Music Awards, in 2002. it is infectious, and you cannot get it out of your head. And that's how I kind of came across it. I was thinking of something, I just can't get it out. And then the track came to me, and I thought, I need to do a video of this. As I said, it was from a Fever album in 2001. And the writers, as I said, Cathy Dennis and Rob Davies, they wrote the song. They originally offered it to S Club 7, who were a pop band, and they offered it to Sophie Ellis-Bextor. They didn't kind of want it. They got in touch with Kylie's team. Kylie heard it. 20 seconds later, she said, yeah, I want to record it. Now, she is just a global superstar, really. She's Australian, obviously, and she's often referred to as the princess of pop. And she always said in her early career that she wanted to be like Madonna, despite many times outselling Madonna in terms of, record sales. And she's just a musical and fashion icon, really. Now, she came to fame, I think, when she appeared in Neighbours, which was an Australian soap opera. She'd been in some smaller scale programs before that, but Neighbours was the one that kind of exploded, really. Now, she was born just outside Melbourne, I think to the south side. Her mother had moved to Australia from Wales in the United Kingdom. At the time, Australia was offering this kind of assisted migration scheme where it was like, come to Australia and live and work, and you can get here for like £10 or something. Interestingly, the ship that her mother was on, I think also was one of the ships where one of the parents of the Bee Gees was on as well. Now, her name as well, it's very interesting because Kylie, everyone thinks Kylie is a common name, and so many people named their children after Kylie. It actually comes from the Nyunger word, which is Aboriginal group, and it was their word for boomerang. So, kind of interesting history, really. Now, I want to show another live performance she did in 2002 in the UK at the Brit Awards. And this is interesting for a couple of reasons. And I think when you hear the track that it's mixed with, which is a track from 1983, you'll understand why. Now, the interesting bit for me is that this track here was mixed with New Order's Blue Monday, which is from 1983, which is one of those kind of classic electro dance songs. And it's a track I've done a review on and given the history of where the origins of that song came from. But to hear it mix into Kylie's song, it's just great. She's got that lovely kind of soft soprano type voice, really, which is just really suits the music that she produces and sings. And she's just an icon. Now, whilst her public life may seem to have just gone from, incredible stage show to incredible fashion work and outfits and hit after hit. And in her early days, she was produced in the UK by Pete Waterman from the famous Stock, Aitken and Waterman group. And that may have kind of led to her career not being regarded as based on her own talent, but more being a marketed product of a group of these Svengali producers. But she went beyond that, and she was, and clearly is, an incredible talent. Now, that was kind of her public life. Her personal life has been rocky at times. And I think that really culminated in 2005. She was about 36 at the time. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she was operated on, treated, and so far has been successfully managed. But she's spoken about it publicly to help, and she did at the time, to help raise awareness. And that was, certainly around those times, led to a lot more women, younger women, going in for checks. And she wasn't afraid to talk about her condition to try and help others. And I think that also was kind of reflected in her many philanthropic works that she's also undertaken. And that's been in areas such as breast cancer charities and events, children's charities, and often kind of disaster charities like the Haiti disaster that happened. She's also been a gay icon for many, many years as well. But I can't do her justice in one video. The woman is just, well, it's Kylie. It's as simple as that. Can't get you out of my head. Kylie Minogue. If you do like this kind of content, as I said, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. Thank you so much for watching.